If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is October the 1st, 2022, and today the topic is 306. Today is Saturday, y'all. Today is Saturday. It's a brand new month, and your girl is going to be a keynote speaker today. Woo! Look at what the Lord is doing. Shout out to my guy over there in Australia, showing your girl some love. I truly appreciate you, Ewan. Yeah, man. All I can say is look at God, man. Look at God. My second speaking opportunity. Looking forward to see what the Lord do with me, for me, and through me on today. But yeah, man, before we get into that, I mean, obviously that's later on in the evening where, that's pretty much my plan for today. Go down to Griffin, Georgia and speak at this graduation, of course, for this fall class of Anchored Phlebotomy Institute. Again, shout out to my sister. Congratulations on, the successful business, being able to not only teach these classes, but have 100% pass rate. And giving these people an opportunity to, expand their career paths in whatever way they decide to go now that they have this phlebotomy certification. So that is my plan for today. But let's get into this chat about 306, y'all, because this is to be honest, like I'm not even still completely sure what I'm even going to share and say today because on one hand, it can seem like this quote unquote message, or at least what I received this morning is a little bit all over the place. So I would say if you're even listening to this, then hopefully this makes more sense to you than it does to me. Perhaps it's needed of some sort. Hopefully whatever, again, that I share today can be encouraging and inspiring to you. Mainly I'm using 306 because that's what time I woke up this morning. Yep, the Lord woke me up early. And it was 306. And then I ended up listening to the prayer meditation and everything early as well. I remember it being pretty good. If I could try to remember in this moment what it was about, the prayer meditation. It was talking about why did the guy's name go away from my head? I can't remember his name at the moment, but the individual that his brother sold him off to slavery, and then it turned out to be, he turned out to be the person that helped them in the future. Because he became the second command in Egypt. I don't know why his name went away from my head. Those of y'all probably know it. Bible people, y'all know his name already. His name went away from my head. I still can't remember it in this moment. So I don't know. Maybe I wasn't supposed to share that with y'all. But anyway, that's what it was about. And it was about the whole phrase of like, what the devil means for evil, God means for good. And so that's the main thing that stood out to me about the prayer meditation this morning. But I mean, by the time my alarm went off and everything like that, I guess I ended up getting on social media and I just was scrolling and, checking the things that I had, seeing what I had missed from when I went to sleep. And, I also want to lift some prayers up for the individuals that are in Florida. I only have or seen thus far one lady that has been close to me that was, definitely affected by the storm down there. So much so her home is flooded and whatnot. And so I was sharing about, her and whatnot in the group Unwind Self Care on Facebook. Because we have this, it's like a ladies group, and I call them the ladies of Unwind. And so I see that she's in need and whatnot. So I'm trying to share with the other ladies that, about her. So that's kind of what I ended up doing between, after I did the prayer meditation and everything like that, to hopefully get her some more help and assistance down there. But yeah, I haven't heard about anybody else that I know being affected so tragically, but I hope that all that, are affected are getting the help they need and that they are safe and everything like that. Florida family and friends. But yeah, y'all, 306. So basically, I pretty much just came back to the idea of chit chatting about 306 today, because I really didn't feel led to talk about anything else. Nothing else came to my heart and mind. And so I just went and looked up the verses again since around 306. And the interesting thing is, I mean, of course, they all had their own meanings in their own ways, but I just didn't know like how they were going to come together. I'm like, what does this mean, Lord? Or what are you saying to me or whatever? But again, if you're listening to the sound of my voice today, then I hope that whatever I share encourages you and inspires you. So let's get into this Bible, y'all. Let's see what 306 had to say this morning. So John 3:6 says, "That which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the spirit is spirit." Ooh, well, ooh, which side are you on, friends? I mean, it kind of reminds me of the conversation that I was having yesterday. I was chit chatting with Miss Summer, you know what I mean? But then also, I guess again the conclusion that I've come to that at the end of the day, there's no when it comes to humanity, there's only two things that divide us: good and evil. In this case, in this particular verse, it's called flesh and spirit. And so, yeah, again, which side are you on? Like, which side are you operating in? That should tell you which side you're on, uh, and everything like that. And uh, oh man, like I mean, even as I look at this verse now, it says that which is born of the flesh is flesh, and that which is born of the spirit is spirit. You know, again, not only would that show you like, not only like what you're operating in is going to show you that, but then like, I don't know, that's really a deep verse, honestly. You know what I mean? I know it's it's deep. It's a little heavy for me right now. Let me go on to this next one because I mean I guess it kind of goes hand in hand a little bit. I ended up coming across Genesis 3:6, and this is what it says. It says, "And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat." Whew. If we need an example of flesh today, this is an example of this in my heart and mind, because not only were they disobedient, like, okay, not only was Eve disobedient in particular in this verse, but you see how she brought Adam in on it too. Like, she didn't just stay in her thing by herself, but she ended up like extending that to him as well. And then he wasn't strong enough to deny it, right? And whatnot. Like it did cross my mind today to think about, like, man, where would we be if Adam had a backbone and been like, you know what, Eve, look, God told us not to eat this fruit. You ate this fruit, woman, X, Y, and Z. Like if Adam had stood up in that moment rather than giving in, who knows where we would be as humans today. But it's something to think about, because why did she do this, right? Now, she was looking at the fruit, obviously desiring it, what, envy, I don't know. And I guess she desired wisdom at the end of the day, and that don't sound bad. But I think it's just very interesting. Now, maybe it's because of all these apologetics conversations that I've been listening to, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking deeper about all of this today. Again, going back to that first verse of being born of the flesh or being born of the spirit, because in her flesh, right, she desired to be wise, right? She desired, obviously, I guess, to know what God knows. And the thing is, I guess we're never going to fully know what God knows, so that's one thing. So that's how she got deceived, because even though her eyes was open to some more information, she still didn't end up with God's knowledge, and being like God in that aspect. But anywho, who knows? In this moment, I'm sitting here thinking that she probably was more like God before she ate the fruit. You know, but whatever it was that made her, desire that wisdom or whatever so much, so where she took it upon her own hands to be disobedient and to partake of something that she wasn't supposed to. Here we are, as the result of that all these years later and dealing with what that looks like in our lives. I don't know. Again, so much to be said there about this. I mean, again, two totally different places, but that's what 3:6 led me to, y'all. So let's keep going. Where else did it lead me this morning? Well, it led me to Psalm 3:6, and it says, I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. Ooh, this sounds like a real nice, brave, bold person. Sound like somebody I want to be, And actually, it kind of reminded me as I was reading it and writing it down this morning is that, sometimes we got to be like that, right? We need to, I guess, take this energy, like they say, to be willing to stand out, right? Be willing to be that difference, right? Like, for example, again, like, what if her husband, Adam, had have been that individual? You know what, Eve, look, I don't care what you doing. I'm going to do what the Lord say do. That would have changed our whole dynamic on earth. Like, and I know, I mean, according to the Bible now, I'm just speculating according to the Bible that to me, it seemed like that one bold stance would have changed the dynamic of earth. Even if she had to take in some authority and been like, hey, snake, at the end of the day, or serpent, whatever, at the end of the day, hey, I'm supposed to be ruling over you as a human. Therefore, get thee behind me, whatever the case is. Like, who knows where we would be today? Like, would we all still be in Eden? I don't know. I'm just saying, like, no matter what is around us, no matter if it is 10,000s of people, whatever the case is, let us not be afraid. Let us not be afraid. That's what I'm receiving this morning. Again, this is just 3:06. This is what 3:06 has led me to. And again, they are three different things entirely. But hey, I mean, it seems to be coming together a little bit, in my little humble opinion. But hey, maybe I should bring it on home, y'all. Revelation 3:6. Oh, we going to Revelations. But it ain't too bad, y'all. It ain't too bad. This is what it says. It says, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith to the churches. Well, there you go, friends. Again, if you're listening to the sound of my voice today, what is the Lord telling you today through little old me? I guess, hey, let's go back to the first verse. It's saying that, that which is born of the flesh is flesh. That which is born of the spirit is spirit. Which one are you going to be? Are you going to be born of the flesh or are you going to be born of the spirit, right? Then the next thing is telling us about the fall, right? It's telling us about, I guess, the choice that was made before us, and for us and before us, right? That we're still living in results of, right? But then it also goes to this bold person in Psalm, that's saying, hey, I'm not going to be afraid of tens of thousands of people that might be gathering around me on today. Hey, I'm going to do something different, right? I'm not going to do what Adam and Eve did. What I'm going to do is stand on the word of God. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's what the word is telling us on today, because that's what I came across and that's what I studied this morning. So I'm gonna just let that be that and say that's the juice. That's the juice today. I hope that encourages you and inspires you. But I did end up going deeper. I did read the verses that was around these verses, so I mean, you guys can do that as well. But something else I did this morning was I looked into the Strong's Concordance. Has everybody heard of this before? I never. I only heard of it yesterday, so this is news to me. The Strong's Concordance. Um, Basically, it's this index of every word that is in the King James version of the Bible, and it was constructed by the direction of James Strong. And it was very interesting because apparently they break down the Greek and the Hebrew words. And how many times have I said to y'all, like, if y'all got to go deeper and if you need to look it up, blah, 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 then go do it. So I don't know, but I'm just saying I felt led to check this out today. I heard a YouTuber talking about it yesterday. Actually, it's the lady, Miss Dana Ray. I heard her talking about that she used it yesterday. And so when I was in the midst of this 306 conversation or writing these verses down and not fully understanding like how it's going to come together. And again, when I went live, I still didn't know how it's going to come together. So to God be the glory that it even made any sense as I was talking down. But yeah, I ended up going to the Strong's Concordance and I downloaded an app. It was called Bible Concordance and Strong's. I downloaded that app and I looked up 306. And so these are what I came across. It led me to the word Alabama. Oh Lord, here we go. Alabama. I should have wrote down how you say the word. So my apologies, y'all. Anabalamai, Alabama, and that word means to toss up, to put off. Excuse me, to put back or off, delay or postpone. I'm like, interesting. So I'm like, am I not supposed to share this today? What does this mean? But I'm just telling you the word that I came across. And then the other word I came across when I looked up 306 was acclamai or acclama, one of those. And that's amethyst, which y'all see me wearing purple today. And actually my ring, my wedding ring is amethyst as well. But it was the third row of the ephod breastplate of judgment. It's a stone that was in that as well. Again, I don't know how all this come together. I mean, maybe that's just something to go deeper about. So I put that for the go deeper section today. But hey, let's add this to our resources, and y'all can check out those documents and the app and whatnot if we all need to go deeper. With looking up Hebrew and Greek and just going deeper with our Bible study experience. But yeah, that's the juice. But the Bible verse of today, friends, is Philippians 4:8. And it says, finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report. Of these be any, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all on Monday, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Did you know that you can support us for just 99 cents a month? That's right, friends. You can support everything that we do here at GSL for just 99 cents a month. Take a look around wherever this post is. You might see a link or maybe even a button that says support. Go there, check out the options, consider supporting us because, we enjoy bringing you all the daily inspiration as well as the weekly talk show, but we have much, much more to come. Thank you so much for the consideration. Bye-bye.